just gonna chill.
3 pieces. First movement.
3 pieces, first movement, ad nauseum.
And then fanfare? Or that's later? Fanfare's later?
That's a recess.
Recess.
Excuse me.
Okay, so ad nauseum.
We're just
3
gonna chill
pieces.
until it's time.
Just number 1.
Correct. Let the intensity grow. Anticipation.
What a lip service.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's not the gal. That's not the rest.
We did this every day.
I don't know. It might be.
It's 2022.
Keep an eye on it.
Okay, so you understand the ending? 2 from the end, we're gonna stop after beat 3, and then we'll go back to the beginning.
Yes.
Okay? And we might cadence at any point, right, Sid? We might cadence at any point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to do it judiciously. We'll
By
see.
all means,
Well, we're in on a 5-chord.
be judicious.
Judicious. The tension is building.
We got them worked up into
Ready
a
when you are.
froth.
Yeah. Palm of our hand.
Okay. I like how you're punctual.
I like that it's on piano. The whole piano is kind of.
Here we go, guys. Here we go.
And 2.
Ready?
Good morning. Graduates, please be seated. I'm Jenny Britton, the chair of the Columbus College of Art and Design's Board of Trustees and founder of Jenny's Ice Creams. Oh, thank you. We're here to cheer for you, so thank you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty and staff of CCAD, I am so pleased to welcome you, the class of 2022, and your families and friends and supporters to CCAD's 143rd Commencement. Commencement, this official celebration of your years of hard work, is always a happy occasion. But this year's ceremony is especially meaningful. After all, this is CCAD's first in-person graduation since 2019. Right. Yes. You have all overcome significant obstacles to be here today. So I encourage you to take a moment and take it all in. Look around you at your classmates, your supporters, your family and friends in the audience, and at your professors and others here on stage today. We are all so proud of you. You did it. Go ahead and make some noise right now. You did it. Yes. Incredible. As board chair, I'm delighted to celebrate who you are and what you've accomplished. And as founder and chief creative officer at Jenny's, I'm a grateful beneficiary of the talents of CCAD graduates like you. I like to say that Jenny's is a creative-led, community-spirited company. Creative thinkers and doers are key to our success at Jenny's. Creativity and art is at the heart of everything that we do. It's in our packaging, our advertising, social media campaigns, the aesthetics of our stores and merchandise, in how we name our flavors, and above all else, of course, in the ice cream itself. Creativity and also passion. Passion is what drives me as an entrepreneur, and passion is what moves Jenny's as a company. And our passion is why and how we love people and inspire the world. And I think that this kind of passion is at the heart of the most successful enterprises, especially now. Because status quo, or life as we know it, is maintained by people who are good enough to get by. Plenty of people and businesses coast on good enough. But to be outstanding, to be world-class, to be a true game changer, change maker, you've got to go beyond good enough. You've got to be passionate. Put yourself out there. trust your instinct, and try something new. Make something better. Be bold. You're already off to a strong start. As you may have heard Dr. Korn say, no one's mom ever made them go to art school. Right? I suspect this is the case for most of you, if not all of you. So that meant that you had to make some important considerations at a very young age. You figured out what lit a fire inside of you, your passion. And then you trusted yourself and took a leap of faith by enrolling in CCAD. And more than that, you made a commitment to yourself and to your future by continuing on despite all of the difficulties that life threw at you. In other words, by choosing CCAD, you took some of your first steps beyond good enough. Today, I am honored to celebrate you and your tenacity, your spirit, your talent, and promise. You have the potential to make great change, to help us all be better. A company like Jenny's needs you. The world needs people like you. Your creativity, your resilience, your resourcefulness, and your heart. And so, without further ado, I'd like to welcome CCAD's president, Dr. Korn, to the lectern. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jenny, for those inspiring words. I would be remiss if I did not say that Jenny can be very humble with scoop shops across the nation and in grocery stores from coast to coast. She is an incredible success, and we are proud to have her as the chair of our board, but even more proud that she got her creative start taking Saturday morning art class here at CCAD. So thank you for your time, Jenny, today and always. And now I'd like to invite MFA candidate Carmen Ostermann to speak, and following Carmen will be River Berry, a history of art major and vice president of the Student Government Association. Carmen?
I first arrived at CCAD in the fall of 2020. As you all know, we were working remotely at that time due to the pandemic. Being a graduate student, I was given the option to have access to my studio space on campus. I was eager, and on move-in day, I arrived with my art supplies and quickly began settling into my new studio. The graduate studios are fragmented small rooms that have about 7-foot-tall walls. The ceilings are much higher than 7 feet, so there's a gap between the wall and the ceiling. Picture big, tall cubicles. The interesting thing about this design is that you are separate but in the same space as those around you. It being August of 2020, everyone was very cautious and avoided all contact with each other. That day, I managed to move into my studio without seeing a single other student. But I could hear them, unpacking boxes, painting next door, wedging clay. This was rather bizarre and not at all how I imagined my graduate experience would be. As I was sitting, contemplating this in my studio, I felt something, a change in the air around me. And as I turned, I saw a paper airplane float over the neighboring studio and into my own. At last, contact. I quickly rushed over and examined the paper airplane to find a letter written to me from my studio mate. Turns out they were in their second year and wanted to give me a warm welcome in the only way that they could during a pandemic. Naturally, I loved the solution and promptly sent a paper airplane right back. We quickly dubbed our paper airplane communication bird mail, and almost every note that floated into each other's studios had kind words and an illustration of a bird. My first year of graduate school persisted in being an isolated experience. The entire year was remote, and I got to know my faculty and cohort on the screen. I am very much a people person and was craving contact, so it was just to my absolute joy that the bird mail persisted for the entire school year, from the fall of 2020 to the spring of 2021. Astonishingly, I never saw my studio mate in person that entire school year. I knew so much about their life, but I had no idea what they looked like. Much has changed since then. This past year, we returned to campus, taking classes in person, to my delight, and having face-to-face interactions. I will never forget how the bird mail helped me during my first year and how small acts of kindness can change the trajectory of life. Something I've noticed about myself is that I love people. In particular, I really love old people and I really love children. They both just have such insight. One old person that I really love is a previous employer, Mr. Waller, who is an incredible artist and musician. I managed their gallery, so naturally we spent a lot of time together. Every day that I worked with Mr. Waller, he managed to derail the project at hand by expressing his gratitude about someone in his life. I would be trying to complete a task, someone would come up in conversation, and Mr. Waller would go on and on about how incredible this human being was, which led to further reflection about how grateful he was for his own life, which led to further reflection about how amazing it was that the two of us were together in that moment, resulting in a 5 to 10 minute delay of whatever it was we were doing. It was not uncommon for this to happen multiple times in one shift. It wasn't until later that I realized his daily practice of gratitude was one of the incredible qualities that made him one of the happiest people I've ever met in my life. I try to be like him, and if I was to pause right now and go on a tangent about all that I am grateful for, I would bring up my family, friends, and my fellow students, and the faculty and staff at CCAD who have been so supportive of my academic endeavors. I would go on about the earth and my body and how grateful I am to be alive. Most importantly, I would talk about the incredible teachers who challenged me and helped me grow into the artist I am today, who made the quality of my life better. In this moment, I encourage you to think of someone you are grateful for, someone who has helped guide you to where you are. Picture them in your mind. If you can, reach out to them today and thank them. Before my studio mate moved out of CCAD studios, we shared phone numbers via bird mail. The summer after they graduated, we finally met in person in a public park. On the way to meet that day, I found myself feeling oddly similar to my first day at CCAD. A little nervous, really excited, somewhat anxious. Part of me worried that this was the beginning of the end of the mystery. But upon seeing their smiling face that sunny day in the park, I realized it was just the beginning. Thank you.
Hello. I'm honored to be here today, surrounded by so many incredible artists and designers and friends. When I first transferred to the Columbus College of Art and Design, I was immediately in awe of the amount of hours and effort everyone put into their projects. I fell in love with the dynamic art history program that allowed me to pursue my research interests as well as my studio art practice. I knew that I had finally found the right place to pursue my love of art and history. I was fortunate to get involved on campus and meet more of you wonderfully creative people. With the help of my peers, we founded the Art History Student Collective at CCAD. That was my first step toward becoming part of this community. Later on, I became involved with the Student Government Association as vice president, which is why I'm speaking with you today. I never could have seen myself up here in front of you all when I started at CCAD. It is still hard for me to imagine sitting where you are all now with your degrees almost in hand. All of those hours of hard work have finally paid off. Congratulations. It has been an honor to work alongside so many of you. Your dedication to your craft is undeniable, and I cannot wait to see where your talents take you after this. Art school forces us to explore ourselves in new ways, incorporating a piece of who we are in everything we make. That makes our work so much more personal and meaningful. Our passion for making can get us through anything. And as Carmen mentioned, CCAD students are exceptionally driven and adaptable, and the COVID-19 pandemic may have challenged us, but it also allowed us to innovate and problem solve, which we as artists were already experts at. We found new ways to engage with our communities through our artwork. When we started at CCAD, our lives might have looked a lot different. We've spent many late hours in the studios and facilities as well as our homes since then. Lots of things have changed, but our drive to create has stayed the same, and that's how you've made it here. We were not alone in our pursuit of harnessing our creativity, and I would also like to thank our professors and staff for spending so much time helping us develop our individual styles and creativity. You have led us by example through the unprecedented last few years and shown us a dedication and love for your fields. Thank you to our friends and family for their endless support in ensuring our success. I could not have made it here without the advice and encouragement of this community. The best thing about being an artist is getting to imagine what the future will look like, and this power is in your hands now. I encourage you to pursue your passions in all aspects of your lives. I wish you the best of luck, and I know that we leave here prepared for whatever we may encounter next. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen and River, for those fantastic remarks and for representing your classmates so well. Good morning, everyone. And as Jenny said, welcome to Columbus College of Art and Design's 143rd commencement ceremony. I know that for many of you here in this room, this may be the biggest crowd you've been a part of for, well, years. So thank you for coming out and joining us for this momentous occasion where we celebrate this incredible group of artists and designers you see before you. And speaking of those incredible people, I'd like to take a moment to turn to my dear students. I've occasionally shared my thoughts about events in the world and happenings on campus that impact us as a community in emails that I've called Dear Students letters. And so, to you all, before you officially become graduates, I hope that you will indulge me and allow me to address you as students one last time. Dear students, today is your day, the day you and your loved ones have been anticipating for years. From late nights in the studio to challenging critiques to having your eyes open to new ideas, you've done it. You've graduated. And it has not been easy for you. Yes, art and design school is always tough. It's designed to be tough. CCAD's curriculum is built to develop you into leaders, collaborators, professionals, ready to unleash your creativity to make incredible things happen in our culture and around the world. But you did this during a pandemic. You did it on Teams and Moodle, Google and Zoom, and for a significant time during your education from home, from behind screens physically separated from your peers, your faculty, our campus. This is my third commencement address that has to speak about the impact of COVID-19 on CCAD graduates' education and on all of our lives. And with 1 million people now dead in the United States alone, it's not over. And even though it's not over, I will say that we all have to hold these two realities at once where we need to keep that in mind, but I'm also tired of talking about it. I'm tired of worrying about it, and I'm ready for a return to normal. With so many meetings, still by video conference, I spend a lot of time, more than I'd like, at my computer. And I've taken to writing down little bits of wisdom that I hear during these meetings and conversations and sticking them to the edge of my monitor on little Post-it notes where they stare back at me as constant reminders. One reminds me to do something I still don't do often enough, which is to give a teaspoon of feedback to my team members often. TSP, truthful, specific, and positive. Another is an old Ukrainian saying that we probably all need to repeat to ourselves every day. In the end, everything will be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. But the one that comes to mind for this address says, normal is the statistical average, not necessarily what is good or effective. I think about that a lot because, as I just said, I am certainly not immune for wishing for a return to normal. But what does that really mean? Do I really want things to get back to the way they were? Do you? Or is this an opportunity to wish for something better? So, as tired as I am, as tired as we all are of talking about the pandemic, as often as we might wish to just get back to normal, I don't actually think that normal is the answer. In fact, I think it's critical that we find the mental space, the emotional capacity to learn from what we all just went through and move from this moment into a post-pandemic better than normal. Of course, no commencement remarks are complete without some unsolicited advice, right? So, on this theme of a post-pandemic better than normal, here's mine. 3 pandemic lessons that I believe will serve you well as you leave CCAD and venture off into the world. The first is, you can do a lot of cool stuff online. That may be obvious to you all, but for some of us, this was a new learning from the pandemic. Over this past year or two, you have developed an incredible agility in using countless different tools and platforms. You gained flexibility and an ability to innovate with materials. You became a better communicator and collaborator. All of these freshly developed skills, added to the existing technical and conceptual strengths of your creative practice, have helped prepare you for the exciting and challenging time ahead. Unlike previous generations, most of you are part of Gen Z, and you use online platforms to truly connect, while the rest of us merely use them to communicate. But the pandemic has grown your capacity to not just connect from afar, but also to create. You learned how to make work anywhere and find new ways for the online world to expand your creative possibilities rather than inhibit them. The second lesson, kind of just the opposite. Spending so much time remote over the past 2 years has shown us just how critical being physically together is. It's all about balance. You should certainly keep exercising your new digital skills and virtual dexterity, but there's more to life than what we can create within the metaverse. Art and design are emotional concepts, and there are important elements of your practice that cannot be duplicated well in a digital format. Working shoulder to shoulder on a collaborative design build, giving or receiving a tough critique when you're able to truly read the emotions of the person next to you and calibrate your feedback accordingly, experiencing the collective viewing of a film in a theater together, standing in front of an artwork in a gallery, being able to walk around it, being absorbed in its aura. For many of us, the online alternatives to these experiences simply pale in comparison. The last 2 days of fashion shows, art exhibits, and design showcases on campus made that abundantly clear. And creatives thrive in community. After all, you originally came to CCAD to be with your people, and nothing was more indicative of that than the vibrant energy I witnessed when you returned to campus this year. So, as tempting as it is to hide away behind a screen at a fully remote gig, I encourage you to be present, to be together, to opt for the chance to be in the room where it happens. We create for humans, and humans are 3-dimensional, communal creatures. Finally, lesson number 3 is about grace. Don't forget the grace that we have learned to have for one another and ourselves during the pandemic. To be honest, how we've treated each other over the past 2 years has been a mixed bag. On a national level, there has been more divisiveness and vitriol than I have seen in a long time. And when overwhelmed by fear or simply exhausted from everything being that much harder, we have sometimes been less than kind and respectful even to each other, especially when hiding behind the anonymity our virtual existence afforded us. However, over the past 2 years, we have also witnessed unprecedented acts of grace. We are more patient and understanding. From the mundane, how many crying babies and barking dogs interrupting our online classes and meetings have we simply smiled patiently through, to the profound. The time has shown that beyond being artists, designers, scholars, and professionals, we are also all human, with human things going on. We have struggles with anxiety, depression, family life, physical health, and personal issues. We all have good days and bad. And over the past 2 years, I've witnessed this community open up to one another and create a space of acceptance where we do not have to be perfect. We have expanded our capacity for empathy, and we trust that each of us is doing the best we can. And this is grace. You're going to leave here and go into the creative workforce, and you'll see immediately that grace matters. You may come across an artistic problem that you cannot solve on your own and feel a sense of failure, and that will be a time for grace for yourself. And you'll be working alongside people who have their own struggles, whether they be creative or personal ones, and by sharing empathy and grace, you might help a colleague or collaborator rise to the next level of their own practice, and you'll both benefit. So, take advantage of the bonus digital skills being educated during a pandemic gave you, but make the most of what being able to be together, really be together, allows. And all this while hanging on to that capacity for grace. If you're able to do all that, something positive will have come from this difficult moment. And only then will you be able to move on, to embrace something far more spectacular than normal. Thank you. And now, I would like to welcome Provost Julie Taggart to the lectern to introduce our commencement speaker and present her with an honorary doctorate.
Thank you, Dr. Korn. And now I'd like to introduce Paula Cher. Paula is one of the most influential designers of our time. Perhaps best known for her eye-grabbing approach to typography, she's worked with an impressive array of high-profile clients, including the Museum of Modern Art, Coca-Cola, the High Line in New York, the Public Theater, Citibank, and jeweler Tiffany & Company. Paula Cher creates brand identities and systems that stand the test of time. A partner at the design agency Pentagram since 1991, Paula maintains an interest in environmental design as well as mural scale painting practice and has taught at a number of prestigious institutions. It's my great pleasure to welcome Paula to the stage to receive her honorary doctorate and to deliver the 2022 commencement address.
Columbus College of Art and Design hereby confers upon Paula Cher the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto in recognition of her accomplishments and her profound influence on design and culture in this country and abroad.
Oh no, I hate this.
You can take this off.
Okay, thank you. Good morning to you on this really beautiful morning and happy day, and congratulations. Congratulations to the students who completed their serious coursework through a global pandemic, my God, and congratulations for your tremendous achievement. Congratulations to the faculty. Congratulations for teaching students through a pandemic. Congratulations for enabling yourselves to do it. However you did it, you persevered. Zoom and the like are good tools, but essentially still primitive and can't be a substitute for the human connection. Remote learning is, well, it's remote. In person, you make eye contact. You see gestures. You really know if someone understands you. The technologists haven't marketed a product for that yet, but I'm sure they will. Congratulations to all the parents, brothers, sisters, extended families who were there for this graduating class, in person or remote, throughout the most influential period of their lives. What would they have done without your support? You've all made it through the most challenging of times. As a graphic designer and an employer, I had to figure out how to both design and manage my design team at Pentagram through COVID. For a year, like everyone else, I did this on Zoom. I can't say that the work of my team was demonstratively better or worse for it. In many ways, we were capable of getting less pushback from clients, simply because they couldn't stand being on Zoom another minute and ended the call. Sometimes they even approved a phase of work just to get off the phone. I could never tell what the clients thought because very often I was looking at 10 small heads in boxes. Some of them had their screens turned off, and I was explaining typography to a computer screen housing several pairs of initials in boxes and a kitty in a circle. This is not a way to design. After 6 months, I only saw the downside of working remotely. Then the whole team got vaccinated, and that ended that. We've been back at our design firm since last June. We come in 3 days a week. We have changed the way we work as a team. We have all found that in-person collaboration is good for design. It's good to see each other's sketches because drawing is thinking, and seeing everyone's sketches in person is the best way to share ideas. A sketch often has a different meaning when you see someone draw it. You see the actual physical gesture of the person making it. You understand their intent. It's good to walk by a team member's computer and see what they're doing in real time, not by appointment. Sometimes I see something they miss that could enrich the design, or I see something that disproves my own thinking and changes the course of the project. We have an opportunity to change it on the spot and not wait for the next scheduled call, where it is easier to just let it go. Working together makes the project better, stronger, more direct and incisive, and also often more beautiful and surprising. Working together creates spontaneity in the work, increases the flow of ideas, and working together in real time encourages us to create something truly new, to make mistakes and learn from them, thereby allowing us to make discoveries and push our work forward. We use 3 days a week to schedule the invention of the projects. We invent Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Monday and Friday are days we use to accomplish the things we already know how to do. These are rote things that you do as a designer, things like having systems developed and creating standards manual, like putting together work that had to be applications of something that was previously designed. We can do that because we've already invented the formula and we know how to do it. But the team can always ask a question or get a fast opinion on Zoom. We haven't completed the invention sometimes in 3 office days, then we come in for a 4th. And it's obvious when we need to do that. Usually we come in because if we don't, we miss a deadline. That was always the case for any working designer. I have been a practicing graphic designer now for 50 years. I've never grown tired of it. I never wanted to do anything else, just more of it and more in more different ways, like my map paintings, which are more personal, and my environmental graphics, which exist on an entirely different timetable. I became a professional designer 50 years ago and started out by designing record covers. I designed about 100+ covers a year, averaging 2 or more a week. There were no computers then. It never mattered. We designed with primitive equipment, Lucy machines, razor blades, rubber cement, then later photostat cameras that were quickly replaced by Xerox machines. So many of my record covers still exist in the marketplace, and some to my great embarrassment. Identity programs that I have designed can hang around for 30 years or more. Environmental projects last even longer. They've been developed on all kinds of equipment. Most of you will begin your working life easily using tools that I never imagined would exist. But you will find 30 years later, all of it will be your own charming memory this time of your primitive technology. The new technology will change the way you work and help you do things you can't imagine now, but it won't really alter your process of thinking about what is possible. I was struck by this thought very recently while sitting in the TWA terminal in New York City's John F. Kennedy Airport. The airline terminal was designed by Eero Saarinen, the 1950s mid-modern architect. The terminal was closed for a number of years, restored, and then opened to the public as a museum and a tourist attraction. Within it is a small hotel, a very nice restaurant and cafe, all designed in the period style of the 50s. There was some small gallery area that has female mannequins in 1950s stewardess outfits, and there was a faux newsstand filled with old Life magazines. The pictures on covers were classic images of Marilyn Monroe, John F. Kennedy, or pictures of cars like the Edsel. As I sat in the cafe, I looked up at Eero Saarinen's amazing circular glass ceiling of the terminal, which is designed and held in place in a unique metal grid structure I had never seen before, not in all the complicated structures that have been developed by architects in our current day. So modern, so unique, so downright futuristic. And of course, suddenly it dawned on me, he did this without a computer. He could make the ceiling because he imagined it and sketched it, and working with his team, he engineered it. Technology has changed the workplace and working life. It always has, and it always will. We learn how to work with it, and eventually it becomes normal. In later years, you remember the incredibly primitive technology of your college years, and you tell young folks your stories, and they are either amazed or bored. But the contemporary workplace has changed even more drastically since COVID, and in many ways for the better. You will be part of the first generation who determines how this really works. More than any time in the past as a young professional, you will have a real say in how you are going to work because you are currently entering a job market where there is a demand for you, where you are needed. If for only a brief time you have some real power in how and where you go to work, use it wisely. It won't stay that way. We live in times of uncertainty. There's always a chance of sudden change. You are a person who likes to work on your own. Some of you, like an illustrator, fine artist, or a coder, you'll be fine. The way you will work won't be markedly different from before COVID. There were always artists and designers who enjoyed working from home. They found a way of getting feedback from peers or mentors or by joining organizations that supported their professions and brought them into a community. We all need community. Working home alone or in a specific space that demands it, no one can work in a vacuum. I have always loved being a designer because I like to make things and see them get made. I like working with my team and my clients. I've never gotten tired of it. I'm lucky. It's fantastic to know what you want to do, even in a general sense. Many of you will alter your artistic goals later. You will grow, but you have the advantage of generally knowing what you want to do, and that is a huge blessing. So many people don't. Designers, art directors, photographers, animators, architects, urban planners, and all forms of craftspeople, and even painters usually get their start working for someone else in the field on a regular basis. They do it not just to have a job, they do it to learn their craft. They do it to be mentored. They do it because they want to, not because they have to. They do it because they cannot learn and grow in their field by themselves, and they need role models. They need to know how to approach their professional life, a life that will be based on working and interacting with other people who have a say in what they are making. They do it because they want to be good at what they want to do. They do it because they want to raise the expectation of what something can be in order to move society forward to a better place, even if it's the smallest improvement. That is the goal. You went to art school so you could pursue a life in creativity. By doing so, you have a responsibility to never be cynical about what you are making. Strive to raise the bar. It's a great life no matter which discipline you have selected. You have some power now. Consider it a gift from COVID and use it wisely. Congratulations and good luck.
Will the candidates for the Master of Fine Arts and Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees please rise? President Korn, these candidates have completed all requirements and are recommended by the faculty for the Master of Fine Arts degree and the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree and are present to receive their degrees.
Thank you, Julie. All right, Bachelor students, you can sit down now. MFA, stay standing. We hereby testify that the following candidates have complied with all the conditions required by the statutes of the state of Ohio. Columbus College of Art and Design, which is duly empowered by the Supreme Authority of the state of Ohio, does hereby confer upon the following the degree of Master of Fine Arts.
Eric Tobias Victor Cliff, magna cum laude. Jalisa Patrice Howard. Nicholas Allen Johnson, cum laude. Joshua Levi Morgan, cum laude. Carmen Ostermann, summa cum laude. Haley Alexis Sipsock, magna cum laude. Samantha Shavana Smallwood. Mia Isobel, summa cum laude. Yuki Zhang, cum laude.
Congratulations to our MFA graduates. Okay, and now for the big group. We hereby testify that the following candidates have complied with all the conditions required by the statutes of the state of Ohio. Columbus College of Art and Design, which is duly empowered by the Supreme Authority of the state of Ohio, does hereby confer upon the following the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts.
You ready? Here we go. Ali Mohammed Al-Khamis. Miguel Antonio Alamani. Nina Marie Arnold. Haley Elizabeth Bagby, magna cum laude. Hannah Catherine Baisden, cum laude. Jessica Ann Baker, magna cum laude. Autumn Nicole Barr. Mel Bell Bartlett. Megan Elizabeth Barch, summa cum laude. Ridima Batra, summa cum laude. Zach Harrison Baumker, magna cum laude. Tiana B., cum laude. Parker Owen Bending. Alicia Sue Berry, summa cum laude. Madison Lynn Berry, magna cum laude. Atlas Elijah Biro, summa cum laude. Kiana Marie Blanc, magna cum laude. Jadalyn Blavelt. Chloe Mackenzie Chun Mi, magna cum laude, Brown. Kaylee Ann Brown, summa cum laude. Marilyn Grace Brown. Isaiah Michael Burdick. Imani P. Burke. Elizabeth June Burton, summa cum laude. Jacob Ryan Butler, summa cum laude. Sarah Sophia Cabrera, cum laude. Alan Michael Chandler. Angela Cho, cum laude. Autumn Renee Christensen, cum laude. Regan Carol Christie, summa cum laude. Cole Avery Clark. Evan Maurice Kluel. Hutch Allen Klipner. Michaela Renee Connor, magna cum laude. Lou Simone Cooper, magna cum laude. Chris S. Corinne, cum laude. Skylar Destiny Dalbenzio, Interior Architecture and Design, Outstanding Senior, summa cum laude. Mona Dinesh, magna cum laude. Paige Marie Davidson, summa cum laude. Roy Davila Jr., cum laude. Madison Marie Dawson, magna cum laude. Danielle K. DeBolt, magna cum laude. Natalie Del Selva, summa cum laude. Olivia Nicole DeViri, cum laude. Zoe Barrett Drelishak. Chloe Christine Ellie Mam, cum laude. Danielle Bryson Ferris, magna cum laude. Daniel, apologies. Jillian Gray Ferris, summa cum laude. Lillian Elizabeth Ferguson. Annalise Nora Falali, summa cum laude. Calix Jace Franklin, summa cum laude. Kayla Renee Freeman Haynes. Bailey LaRae Frizz, cum laude. Maddie Renee Gabhart, summa cum laude. Gigi Elizabeth Gallagher, magna cum laude. Sophie Renee Gorman. Brittany Lane Grabarski, magna cum laude. Olivia Faye Graham, magna cum laude. Cass Gray. Jeffrey Paul Green, magna cum laude. Junko Nicole Gresco, summa cum laude. Yafa Ariel Guerra, Fine Arts Outstanding Senior, magna cum laude. Bonnie Catherine Gumser, Comics and Narrative Practice, Outstanding Senior, summa cum laude. Liz Haley Butai, magna cum laude. Natalie Rose Marie Haynes, summa cum laude. Hannah Grace Hampshire, magna cum laude. Alicia Anne-Marie Hart, summa cum laude. Troy Daniel Stevens Hepner. Anna Eileen Herbert, magna cum laude. Cade Hickman. Jolie Marie Hurdle, magna cum laude. Will Henry Hurdle, magna cum laude. Gage Allen Holtz, magna cum laude. Jamie Kristen Hoy, Photography Outstanding Senior, summa cum laude. Isabella Corinne Iguchi, cum laude. Jordan David Inks, cum laude. Raven Mackenzie Isbell, cum laude. Jessica Erin Jarvis, summa cum laude. Ariana Johnson. Samara Nicole Grubb, summa cum laude. Asa Robert Jordan, summa cum laude. Anurag Sai Koliji. Gwyneth Amy Keith, magna cum laude. June Kim, magna cum laude. Nicole Lee Klein. Anna Elise Plingensmith, summa cum laude. Panayota Horniotis, cum laude. Amber Nicole Kovacs, magna cum laude. Harrison Jackson Landis, Industrial Design Outstanding Senior, summa cum laude. Nathan Robert Lanham, cum laude. Alex Michael Leber. Tiffany Nicole Lightfritz. Ciani Lopez Velasquez, summa cum laude. Evangeline Ophelia Maynard. Michaelan Cyril Mann. Anthony Brett Martin, magna cum laude. Jack Christopher Martin. Sarah Kathleen Martin, magna cum laude. Tim Luke Matos. Alyssa Marie Mall, Advertising and Graphic Design, Outstanding Senior, summa cum laude. Carson Lynn McCullers. Sam Anthony McDaniel. Emma Ali McLaughlin, summa cum laude. Maria Mendoza. Maria Nicole Metz, cum laude. Zarek Jackson Metz, Film and Video, Outstanding Senior, summa cum laude. Marcella Rose Michalski. Kinsey Lee Miller. Zach Miller. Margaret Elizabeth Moncrief, cum laude. Alexander William Montgomery, magna cum laude. Stacy Elizabeth Morse. Emma Elizabeth Mortellero, summa cum laude. Maddie Maria Mueller, cum laude. Vincent Magavero. Ruth Elaine Nogi, summa cum laude. Rachel Joy Nyland, summa cum laude. Joseph Gregory Olinger. Sabrina Lamy Pagliocini. Kayla Shantae Palmer. Bona Park, summa cum laude. Brianna Evelyn Page Paxton. Madeleine Lee Peters. Lisbeth Margaret Petershagen, cum laude. Carolyn Elise Phillips. Casey Marie Purdy. Jacobo Ramirez Vizcaya. Brooke Christine Ratterman, cum laude. Desiree Camille Reed. Josephine Ann Renkwitz, animation, outstanding senior. Summa cum laude. Skylar Morgan Rice, summa cum laude. Mary Catherine Rigo. Hannah Lynn Rolando. Antonio Michael Seiss, cum laude. Hunter Isaac Sailing. Max Schaller, summa cum laude. Sarah Nicole Schloop. Brianna Marie Shawhan. Friday Ann Smith, summa cum laude, valedictorian. Whitley Page Snyder, magna cum laude. Vivian Squire. Andy Lynn Sullivan. Elena Nicole Sword, magna cum laude. Maddie Leigh Searing, magna cum laude. Leah. Naomi Page Thevenin. Ryan Patrick Thompson. Austin James Tootle, fashion design, outstanding senior, summa cum laude. Ashley Rose Towery, studio arts with emphasis in history of art and visual culture, outstanding senior, summa cum laude. Drew Haley Toy, cum laude. Zachary Aaron Uhazy, magna cum laude. Alexandra Catherine Valentino. Casimira Soné Walker. Sirung Wang. Wendy Wanasiwapan, magna cum laude. Ashiana Michaela Lynn Ward. Kai Taylor Webb. Haley Marie Webster. Nina 9 Yvette Wells. Caitlin Nadine White. Peter K. White, summa cum laude. Alexis Nicole Williams, cum laude. Natasha Catherine Williams, summa cum laude. Michelle Padawato Rirono, Illustration Outstanding Senior, summa cum laude, valedictorian. Christopher Lloyd Wolford, summa cum laude. Virginia Marie Woolley, cum laude. Shannon Lorene Wright, summa cum laude. Jenna Wu. Vivian Wu. Joshua Peyton Young. Hannah McKelsey Zanette, cum laude. Lindsay Ann Zucker, magna cum laude.
Congratulations to our BFA graduates. We're almost done here. First, I want to just say thank you to our Associate Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, Athena Sanders, for the hardest job here, reading all those names, so thank you so much for that. And I would be remiss if I didn't say to all of you, we just shook a lot of hands there, so before you go out to lunch, make sure you wash your hands. Okay? And now it's time for the turning of the tassel. This tradition is for the undergraduates, and it signifies the official earning of your degree. MFA students, you all should have moved your tassel over to the left when you got your bachelor's degree. So for our bachelor's degree students, this is your moment. BFA students, please turn your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. And before I conclude, I want to remind you all, of course, that commencement is not a celebration of the end, but the beginning, to commence. I'm sorry, but your job is not over yet. I hope that a significant part of this next phase of your lives will be the commencement of your new relationship with CCAD as alumni. We want our alums to be ambassadors and evangelists for the college, to return for ongoing professional support and development and advice, to send us future students to hire each other, to hire alumni. Stay in touch with us and our large alumni community, over 13,000 strong, and share your newfound path and what you're doing. Use the hashtag CCAD alumni on your Insta posts so we can keep track. And I know that Facebook isn't cool anymore, but it's a good place to stay connected through the CCAD alumni Facebook page. As a small token of your transition from students to alumni, the Alumni Office has provided you with a gift under your chairs. CCAD has a tradition of giving all new students a sketchbook and asking them to make their first mark as a CCAD student. And we bookend that tradition with another. So I invite you now to make your first mark in that sketchbook as an alumnus or alumna of Columbus College of Art and Design. Each member of the class of 2022 now holds a diploma, and that diploma is more than a piece of paper. That diploma is a testament to all that you have accomplished in order to earn your degree, and it's a demonstration of your personal power. I have no doubt that you will take all that you have learned and use it to make not just a living, but a full life as well. And along the way, don't forget to be kind, be creative, and make a difference in the world. One final request, will all guests please remain seated until the faculty and graduates have left the auditorium, and then head out to the plaza where you will find your students. Thank you, and one more time, congratulations, class of 2022.